If you ever feel like clutter has overtaken your home and is distracting you from living the way you'd like to be living, I want you to know you're not alone. So many of us feel the same way. We have an overabundance of stuff and it's taking over. But here's the thing, we don't have to let the clutter take over. We can shift our thinking and change our habits to create a home free from the burden of all that stuff. Today, we're talking about the problems that living with clutter can cause, the system I now use whenever I'm tackling those overwhelming spaces, and the benefits of taking the time and energy to declutter. That way we can contain our clutter problem, live with less stress, and relax more. Ready? Me too. Let's go. Clutter is a crowded or disordered collection of things. It's anything we don't need, want, or use that takes our time, energy, or space and destroys our serenity. Let me repeat that. It destroys our serenity. The calm, serene, peaceful home environment that we crave is destroyed by clutter. I don't want to invite anything into my home that would destroy that for my family. But when I bring clutter in and let it take over, that's exactly what I'm doing. And I love this quote by Peter Walsh. I think it sums it up pretty neatly. He says, "Clutter is not just the stuff on your floor. It's anything that stands between you and the life you want to be living." My husband and I have 3 young boys and another one on the way. So I know my home will never be perfect. It's just not realistic. In fact, as much as living in constant disorder isn't productive, striving for a perfect home can also be counterproductive. And honestly, we live here and I cannot devote my whole day to cleaning, nor do I want to. But I would like things to be more put together and easy to put back together at the end of the day, so that we can all relax and we can have more family time and we can enjoy each other more without being stressed by the things that are around us. I'm not there yet, but that's what I'm working towards. And truthfully, I need to get rid of things if I want that end result. Less stuff to manage means more time doing anything else. Sometimes I think I experience clutter blindness. It's where you just ignore or push aside the mess and just put it to the back of your mind, and then somehow you can walk past it without giving it a thought. But I know that even when it's all the way back there, it's still affecting me and I'm still bothered by the mess. During my research on this topic, I came across an interesting study that was conducted by the researchers at the University of California, Los Angeles, called At Home in the 21st Century. In this study, UCLA anthropologists looked into the accumulation of things in our modern day homes and the effect they have on our families. Researchers went into 32 families' homes, in middle-class working families with working parents, and they counted every single item in every single room, and they documented the objects found in each room and how the items were being interacted with and how they were affecting families in their daily lives. It was very thorough. I can't even imagine going into anybody's home and counting every single item. Through their research, they found a direct link between clutter and stress levels, and they discovered that women who described their homes as cluttered had higher levels of cortisol compared to those who described their homes as tidy.
Women who looked around their homes and saw clutter and remarked on the clutter, it was like an ever-present, continuing, ongoing burden for them to manage. That those women, when we looked at the cortisol levels of the women, their cortisol was very high.
It's also interesting to note that the researchers suggest that the negative effects of mess and clutter may be more pronounced in women than men. So ladies, our overabundance of stuff is stressing us out. And here's why. When we encounter clutter, a signal is sent to our brains that work isn't done yet and cortisol is released into our bodies. Cortisol is a steroid hormone made by the adrenal glands and is important for our health, but too much of it can harm our bodies. High levels of cortisol can cause a number of symptoms, including weight gain, stretch marks, muscle weakness, high blood sugar, bone loss, easy bruising, mood swings, anxiety, depression, and irritability, brain fog, sleep disturbance, slowed healing. So many negative things And clutter can lower our focus, and it makes us feel stressed and anxious. It can affect how we fight illness and even how we digest food. It makes it difficult to relax, creates feelings of guilt, and reduces our productivity and creativity. That's a lot. Our well-being is on the line. So let's go purge some stuff. A few weeks ago, I decluttered my living room. It was the room that was driving me up the wall with extra things that didn't belong. There were so many hot spots for clutter that made me want to rip my hair out daily. I adopted a method that makes it so much easier for me to handle a big decluttering project like this. So basically, I gather everything together and I sort and categorize everything all at once. And then I remove the unwanted items and then I put everything away. So let's go through each step a little more in depth. The first step is to gather everything together. So you want to locate all the places in your room or area that are causing huge problems and gather them all into a big pile, into one mega pile. And that way we can see everything all at once and make decisions with everything in mind. This works for me because my all or nothing brain loves to know that I'm including everything so I don't have to worry about it later. It's been a game changer for me to first get everything together and then go through it. Okay. Piled everything up. It's all here around the coffee table. I did not know how much stuff I had accumulated. This is an eye-opening experience for sure. No wonder I was so stressed out looking around the room all the time. It was just piles of stuff. The second step is to sort and categorize things. I have 4 categories I'm using as I'm organizing and sorting, and my categories are donate, trash, keep goes elsewhere, and keep stays here. And for the keep items, as I'm going along, I'm actually sorting those into like items for the staying here in this area. And then for the things that go elsewhere, I'm actually putting them by which room they're going in. And obviously you don't have to do that. You can just keep it simple and have a keep elsewhere box and just then, another time move them to the different areas. But I like to do it as I go. I just want to get it all done with and not have to think about it later. So that's kind of my method. I'm really trying to only keep items that we use, need, or desire. Sometimes you're going to come across something you're not sure where it goes. And for these particular instances, I ask myself, first of all, would I buy this in the store if I saw it today? Is it important to myself or my husband or my kids? And lastly, I heard this the other day and I thought it was so brilliant. If you get poop on it, would you clean it or would you just throw it out? That's such a good one. This quote by William Morris, I think we should all have it embroidered on a pillow somewhere in our house. Have nothing in your house that you do not know to be useful or believe to be beautiful. The third thing is to remove unwanted items. So you have trash and donate. There are things that are just trash. They just get rid of them and take them directly to the trash can. Put it outside. Put it out of your mind. And the donate pile is things that are nice that somebody else can enjoy, but that you don't want to keep in your home. It's taking too much room and taking too much space. So with those things, put them in the car, drive over to the donation place and drop them off as soon as possible because you don't want to let things linger. If you let things linger, you can change your mind. And when you change your mind, you might decide you want to keep it, which we don't want that. We've already gone through the decision-making process. We don't want to have to do it again. And trust yourself. Trust your previous self. Don't second guess her. She knows what she was doing. The fourth thing to do is to find a home for everything in a place that makes sense to you. Because when everything in your home has a home and can be put away, we can find it when we need it and we know what we have. So ask yourself, where would I look for this first if I needed it? And then put it there. I finished putting everything away where it goes. I feel so much lighter. I feel so much better. And honestly, it didn't take very long. I should have just done it. Why did I wait weeks and weeks and months to do that? Why do we do that to ourselves? When we work to declutter things in our homes, we are rewarded in many, many ways. It's not just a matter of having more space, but we will also enjoy improved self-esteem, better focus, more time, improved sleep, a cleaner environment, improved creativity and inspiration. And all of these benefits lead to reduced cortisol and therefore less stress. We'll be able to breathe again. Wouldn't it be nice to just relax in your home and not be worried about things? I found a thread on Reddit that is really eye-opening to me. I was reading all these responses on how decluttering has improved lives of these people. Somebody said, I don't feel as much guilt or obligation about things I should do. For example, I've sold my guitar and my snowboard. I'm not going to ever use them. Decluttering stuff like that has forced me to be more honest with myself about who I really am, instead of trying to live up to some image I have of myself in my head. Somebody else said, my place is easy to clean, which is massive because when it was more cluttered, I didn't clean. Now I clean and I'm much nicer to myself. If there is a mess, I can deal with it quickly. I'm also not in danger of tripping over things. And somebody said, I am 100% more relaxed. I can look at my house and feel at peace because it's easier to clean. I find what I need. So that means I have more free time. I also save money because I'm not buying more than I need because I can't find anything. I also feel better about the size of my house because it would feel smaller if I had more stuff. And that would make me sad because my house is expensive and I can't afford anything bigger. Such a good point. We really need to declutter so that we can enjoy the things we love even more. Here are some more helpful tips on decluttering. Maintain the reclaimed spaces. Prioritize this ahead of decluttering in a new space. Use a black trash bag and just toss everything in there. It's like a big black hole. Don't think about it. Just let it go. Don't look at it again. Just throw it outside when you're done with it and be done. Toss, 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 and then get rid of it. Organized clutter is still clutter, so don't be tempted to over-organize when you should be letting things go. Declutter and then organize. My friend, decluttering is an ongoing project that won't be finished in a short amount of time. So if you're unsure of where to start, pick somewhere small that can be done quickly and will make your life so much better when it's done. Somewhere that you interact with daily, like a spice rack or a junk drawer that drives you crazy. It'll snowball from there because chaos creates chaos, but calm encourages calm. If we work towards removing clutter, the physical things that are causing us stress, we will feel more at peace in our own spaces, and we will have more time to think about and do anything else besides worrying about our mess. Think about it as a therapeutic practice because it is. Less clutter means less chaos, more calm. And that sounds pretty good to me. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day, my friend. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.